Alright, a time for a Rumble game. This will be a beginner's guide to Rumble Jungle, so for that reason, it's going to be a lower red game. To replicate the similar type of teammates you might be expecting, as well as on the enemy team, as well as your own, of course. So, yeah. Rumble is quite a decent jungler. I figured I'd expand slightly on the beginner series I did. There are a couple champs that are actually relatively viable junglers I didn't do. So, you know, yeah, we're doing those now. And Rumble is one of them. Rumble actually, you know, solid pick, I would say. It's not bad against, like, anything, really. He has very, very solid burn damage. It's just something you should try, honestly. For Rumble, I like to start with just Raptors. You don't need a leash, really. You could start red and just, like, casually full clear, which is fine. But we can just start Raptors with the Q and just focus the big one mostly with auto attacks. What is this? Okay. Very spicy. Okay, so I'm just confused at this point. Fair enough. We're gonna go for the Krugs next. Take your E here. When it comes to your skills, they're fairly straightforward. You just have to kind of look at your heat meter. You're gonna be in overdrive essentially. Let's just call it that. I don't know, what is it? Overheat. Exactly. I don't know what the exact name for it is. But when your bar is above 50, it will turn orange. And then, if it's that, you will gain additional skill damage in pretty much all your skills, right? So your Q is going to do more damage. It's Danger Zone. Okay, sure. So Danger Zone, you'll gain extra damage on your skills, which is just very, very good. You want to try to keep your heat in Danger Zone as much as possible. Overheating is also an option you can go for, which will mean overheating is when you, like, reach the cap. So that is something to consider. You want to try to keep your heat going. So as long as, like, as soon as you see it dropping, sorry, you want to reuse it here. And then here we can just go overheat, and this will basically turn you into overdrive, and you'll start doing, like, a lot of damage, more attack speed, etc. But you want to, like, between camps and between anything, just kind of prep up your heat a little bit. So just use your skills, and then this way you can get the empowered version of your skills to do more. Q is just a burn in front of you. Deals max HP damage. Okay, very spicy this. I have overheat, so I think I might be okay here. There we go. Perfect. It's a bit of heat management right there. I actually don't think I can finish blue buff, so we're just gonna do the scuttle first. And then we try to, like, right there we go into overheat mode, so we have the extra attack speed, we have the extra value. Lilia tries to fight me and, well, loses because of that. Now here we don't want to push into overheat too quickly, so we're just gonna sparingly use our skills. And then on this we can overheat, so we have the extra attack, speed, damage. And you can still throw the extra E in overheat as well, which is nice. Yeah, there you go. Because I was managing my heat and was, like, going into it very well, I could overheat there into the Lilia, and fighting an overheated Rumble is pretty hard. So that didn't really work out for Lilia too well in that situation. Skill, I mean, again, skill-wise, this is just burn damage in front of you. This is just a shield, gives you movement speed as well. And then this gives you a slow, plus it threats magic resist. So that's, like, the big factor. The slow is really nice because that's the combination for the approach velocity to be able to reach your targets easier. So, you know, there is that. But the magic resist threat is a big factor of, like, your damage output, so you definitely don't want to neglect that one. Trying to stay in, like, the danger zone here as much as possible for a damage increase. Gonna let it drop a little bit here, and then we shield up right now, and then we can go and do this camp while we are in the danger zone. As you can see, damage here is very good. We use this. And then there. Your skills all cost you 20 heat, so you're gonna have to manage that a bit. Overheat is obviously 150. But yeah, right here the void grubs have spawned, so my goal is gonna be keep my heat up to a decent amount, like about half-ish. And then we're just gonna walk over here. Trying to, like, use your shield essentially to keep your heat going. We E one of those. We group them together, and then we Q. And I'm not going to overheat just yet, because I want to do that with the next Q. And W, it's fine. This way I'll have the extra empowered Q still there. And then we can use the skills to get another danger zone Q out of it here as well. So you can put your heat up. I want to use my other skills before the Q, so my Q is going to be activated in the danger zone, so it's going to do more damage. I get the void grubs pretty quickly there. And then we can just go back to clearing these two camps. Alright, get the heat up a bit. Again, here the goal is kind of going to be to use the Q once you hit the orange marker, because that's the one you want the damage increase on mostly, because that's like your main damaging skill, right? So, yeah. And then we overheat with it this time. And then we kill the camp pretty quickly, as you can see. Like, you can see the clear speed is very solid. Nothing really wrong with the clear speed here. We're gonna do the second E into the Q, so the danger zone hits there. I just like, okay, I mean, you get the idea now. I've talked you through it. I'm gonna stop saying exactly what I'm doing with this heat management thing, but I think you get the idea. It should be fine. Send that. Get the approach velocity because of the slow there. And then we overheat here as well. And that is the kill. You can use your ult like that from a distance. With Rumble ult, you have to like... I'm on quick cast everything, right? So something to remember there is that with Rumble ult, you just have to like hold it down and then drag it into the correct spot to be able to land it correctly. Rumble is also very good at doing things like dragon and stuff, because you just have a good amount of damage to it. Because here we're just going to overheat, and then we can use that damage to get this. And then we can use the E and the W into the Q here to just get that damage there as well. Shield again. And as you can see, I'm doing it fairly fast here. Nothing really wrong with this. Ooh, very spicy. Ooh, you smited early too. Gonna overheat. Okay, I'm not gonna chase that. The reason I'm... Oh, nope, 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 nope. I'm not chasing this because it's into enemy territory. I have no R. I have nothing there, basically. No R, no HP. No reason to fight, because if I get collapsed on, that would not be good. So that's why we're not going for that. Clear our bot side here. I should be able to overheat with the Q. Yes, there we go. Just get this cleared nicely. And then another one. Ult's gonna be up in 24. We have the ultimate hunter as well, which is really nice for Rumble. That having that ult's pretty much like your biggest damage skill, I suppose. So trying to have that up as much as possible is good. Okay, I can need to be careful here. There we go. Don't want to use anything else to overheat into. We finish this off, then our topside camps will all be respawning, so we're going to be playing for that alongside the topside void grub respawn. We do have enough money for Leandries, which is beautiful. This is the item you want to rush first. Like, it's just the best item in general for your first one. After this, there are some variations to it. If you are the only AP in your team and you're facing a bunch of squishies, I would say only AP. If you're like one of two, because currently we're 3 APs, which is not ideal for Shadow Flame. But if you're the only AP or like one of two, then you can go Shadow Flame after Leandries into squishy enemy comps. If you have more AP than that on your team, you could just go like into squishier comps-ish. You can just go for like more Magic Pen, because we're still going to stack Magic Resist. But I really like going Riftmaker, if that is the case. Like if we have more AP, Riftmaker is just very nice for that added true damage. Just added damage in general. Sorry. Okay, here. It's very, very good for the added damage in general. It is bonus damage these days, no longer true damage, but still. Just very good added damage. It puts your damage through much easier. Stacks up pretty easily as well. I'm just going to go for full-on burn at that point. And then you can go with a combination of Crypt Bloom instead. So you have the magic penetration with that. And you just do a large amount of damage with those items instead. So you're basically going and opting for that instead of opting for, you know, flat, like squishy-based damage with his Shadow Flame. Shadow Flame is very, very good item on Rumble, but not into, like, heavy AP. Like, if you're a heavy AP team, or if the enemy team is just very, like, very tanky. Because then flat magic penetration from Shadow Flame is going to be worth a lot less, basically. I'm actually a little worried. Okay, there it is, yeah. I wanted to manage my heat to not overheat here in case I get collapsed on there, because overheating at that point could be something more useful. Gonna let it drop a little bit while we like check the jungle for the Lilia here. Gonna manage to keep it up. There's Lilia. Put that ahead of her. Overheat there as well. Perfect. Just flash onto it. I have the approach velocity because the thing slows as well. And then we just finish her off pretty easily. The plant hit pretty much told me Lilia was in the area, because who else is gonna hit that plant, right? So that's why I went to check in the jungle. And I was able to find Lilia and finish her off, which is nice. We finish this camp off as well. I have no business diving top lane, so we're not going to do that. Right now, we're just going to look to back, because once again here, we want to look at the timer. Bot side camps are up. Dragon's going to spawn in like a minute, so that is something we want to be looking for. In this case here, I will be going for the Riftmaker, because, well, you know, as I said, the enemy team is relatively tanky. I say relatively, like, they're not, like, they're relatively squishy, but also relatively tanky. It's kind of in between, but we have triple AP on our side, so I don't really want to go Shadow Flame here. Because if you're, like, again, only mage or against squishies, against this team, I'd probably still consider going Shadow Flame with, like, Sorks very quickly and just rush flat Magic Pen, basically. But because of our team side, they can just get some early Magic Resist items, and I don't really want to be dealing with that. So we're going to go Liandry's Riftmaker Crit Bloom instead. And then you can finish that build later with like a death cap and stuff like that. You're still gonna go Sorks, by the way, but yeah. If I had the money for the hunting guys, which is just simply worth more right now, so we're gonna go for that. Gonna go mid here, trying to keep our heat at a nice degree going into it. That's what I kind of expected. Keep the heat high. There we go, perfect. First strike was also hit by landing the ult first. I'm just gonna shove it if he doesn't want to. We eat there. Perfect. We shove this in as quickly as possible because it's a free wave. The wave will reset, and now we can look for this dragon. Get your heat back up. Lilia's over here. Keeping our, like, danger zone levels, essentially. Gonna just auto-attack this down while I am, like, keeping my heat in the danger zone. We see a bot lane gank opportunity, so we're going to move for that first before starting dragon. Keep the heat up by shielding. Hit the E for the magic resist threat. 93 bonus gold from first strike right there. Beautiful stuff. And then right now we're going to go for the dragon, because now we weakened the enemy's bot side a lot. So this should be a good opportunity to dragon. Going to shield, and then the E can be... Okay, I used it too late. Get our danger zone levels back up. There we go. Look at this dragon damage. Like, it's actually very, very, very good. Doing good amounts of damage here. Beautiful. Keep maxing E second. Aurelia is walking up a bit, so we're going to try to get our heat levels up a little. That didn't hit. That hit, but, I mean, my Rumble is kind of AFK too. He does have Rumble. Jesus. I am AFK, yes. No, my Aurelian Soul is kind of AFK there. If he starts proccing Rylai's on the Aurelia, we might have gotten the kill. Alright. Heat back up, throw the E on the camp, Q it. The Crux will respawn soon, so we can take that as well. Trying not to overheat for now, because this thing is almost dead anyway, so I might as well use it on the Crux instead. Let's get the Aurelia. There we go. Oh, get that down. Perfect. This is respawning. So we can basically just clear. We're going to have Riftmaker soon. The moment we get that, I'm pretty much just going to back. Looks like Lilia is doing Rift Herald. That's fine with me. I'm actually not worried about that. I'd rather go for the bot lane gank, to be honest. I personally don't think Rift Herald's that good of a thing to go for. It's like, my team gets it, which is fine. But even if Lilia would have gotten it, I wouldn't have cared that much. Because it's Rift Herald, man. Like, that thing is not that good anymore these days. Let's see if I can land this. That's good enough for me. Go towards him with approach velocity, so we get to close the distance faster. Finish him off. Perfect. That's why I like approach velocity. Slow this guy. And that should be good. But getting in range faster is very, very nice with Rumble, and that's why I like the approach velocity is such high value. Because your ult also slows, your E slows. There's many things that slow, so you can use that to your advantage to get in distance very, very easily. And finish targets off much quicker. basically, because you can reach them faster. So right here, we finished the Rift Maker. We have the Sorks. Very good. 455 is already pretty good, to be fair. And now we clear the top side camps, top scuttle potentially, because everything here is up. If I would have still had like the opportunity to do Rift Herald, I would have done it after clearing all of this, but that's obviously not the case. Rift Herald for me is just a thing you take when... Oh, but there's a 15-minute FF. Okay, fine, fair enough. I will do a second game. I will see you guys in 2 seconds. Alright, time for the second game of this video, because the first one was ended pretty abruptly, I would say. So yeah, we're gonna go for the second one. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, please make sure to hit the like button as well. That helps quite a bit. Subscribing obviously helps a lot as well. If you haven't done that yet, maybe check if you did. To watch more of my videos, who knows. 60% of people who watch them don't, so you know. Check it out if you want. This one, I will not be starting with the explanation of everything, because everything should be in the first one with like heat management and stuff. It should be, if you have any questions on it, absolutely put them below. But we'll just do it as usual here. Also, just gonna start red for a slightly different clear here. Gonna do a nice full clear instead of like Raptor start. We're just gonna start red with a leash. Something you might, you know, be expected to do or whatever you might be comfortable with. I don't know. What the hell is going on with this misfortune? Smite. Okay. I mean, it's lower, whatever, man. It's fine. Smite, heal, misfortune. Luckily, she didn't buy the... This is like a strat, I think. Like, this is actually genuinely a strat from this guy. The reason I think it's a strat is because... didn't buy the jungle item. So he didn't get baited into buying the jungle item. So if it's like Smite, and if it's a player that doesn't exactly know what they're doing, then buying Smite would definitely get them baited into buying the jungle item as well, because Riot insta-recommends that thing the moment you have Smite in your skills. So I'm actually like, this is like some spicy misfortune mid strat that this guy likes running, for sure. That's just the conclusion at that point. Very interesting. Ooh, top lane's dying. I'm gonna get a little low off this, which is fine. Basically, the moment you have your W, you'll have permanent shields, so losing a bit of HP initially is not too bad. If you're concerned about it, you can just, you know, get a potion and be safer. But shield use here, as long as you use it in danger zone, it gives you a bigger shield. Should be no worries at all. You can kind of just spam it, and you will not really lose any HP, because the camp heals and the pet heals are gonna, you know, heal you up enough. Not a problem. There we go. Just overheat with that. Perfect. He's obviously recalling. Top lane, that's it's quite a fast death. Not good, you know. Pantheon getting fed is a bit of a scary one every time. There you go. Finish this off as well. And just a nice full clear. As you can see, the clear speed's pretty reasonable. And nothing really wrong with it. Too much. Just like a standard setup for this. Absolutely fine. Get into the scuttle here. Get their own spawn for this, so it's completely fine. I'm not gonna like try to overheat. I'm kind of trying to like danger zone this quite close here, so let's see if the Skarner shows up. I'm pretty sure I can fight him. There he is. Overheat as well. Oh, my damage is so high on this champion, man. It's really something. Did he get the first hit on me? No, I didn't. Okay. Okay. I can't do anything here. The wave position is too bad. It's frozen just outside the turret, but I can't. Yeah, I just can't. Just got at the back. We get a hunting, guys, which is beautiful. Because we did kill the Skarner. That's nice. With Futures Market, you're able to purchase this pretty quickly. Like, as long as you get a kill, you know, you will be able to purchase it, which is very, very nice. Just with a full clear setup. So that was that. It's going to go for the respawn, and then we'll look for the Void Grubs as well. Try not to delay it too much. Gonna get some heat going a little bit, I suppose. There we go. I'll smite this thing for now, because I have 2 smite charges. Might as well use one. Make sure the other one starts ticking again. Perfect. Skarner is over here. Just danger ping him real quick. Keep my heat up a bit. Gonna hit level 5 off this. He's over here right now. I was about to overheat, but I'm actually not gonna do that, just in case he tries to fight me for something. Good. We're just gonna move straight to the Void Grubs, I think. It looks like we're gonna have to keep our heat relatively high to be able to overheat into a Skarner fight. Let me just do this and hit it now. He's probably gonna walk over here and try to do him. Yeah, there he is. We're gonna walk out of vision. We're gonna just fight and overheat as fast as possible here. Flashed in front of that one, so he couldn't get over. Hit this for the slow, get the approach velocity proc. And again, see if I can get in range with approach velocity. I could, that's why we have it. Perfect. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, that's the reason you want approach velocity. Exactly that, because I could reach with the extra movement speed gained to be able to finish him off. Very, very strong rune. If I didn't have approach there, like, I never would have killed him. Okay, I'm gonna overheat with Q here, obviously, nothing else. Might be getting engaged on my Pantheon, but I have priority from mid. He's also showing up, so I don't have to worry about things too much. Just took the last hit. Lovely. Okay. I'll smite this one out. Perfect. And then we just finish the last two topside camps here. And we should be good. This guy's just gonna walk past the Fiora. There's no way he should fight that. That's what I'm saying. Fiora already wins it because the colossal minion wave advantage that Fiora has there. Maybe I could have considered going for the dive there, but my god, like, this Pantheon just hard-entered himself. Realistically, he just, like, straight up walks past, ignores everything, and, you know, there's nothing to be done there, so I just go for jungle camps instead of, like, trying anything there, but he just tried to fight Fiora and, like, 25 minions. So, you know, like, that's not good. Not good for him. There we go. Do this. This raptor camp will be respawning shortly as well.
An ally has been slain. Killing spree.
It should be up any second now. Hello, raptor camp. There it is. Okay, we'll be spawning soon. I want to clear everything down here so the camps respawn like in a good sequence. That's why I'm waiting for it here. If I like walk down first, do another camp, it's gonna be much like slower. I just want to try to get it like as close as possible, basically. I am 6. I'm actually just gonna smite this, I think, straight up. Just use it because I had 2 charges again. Bot's looking interesting right now for a gank. The Krugs are there, but like if they walk up bot lane this far, I just have to kind of go for it. There is the initial smite upgrade. Put that out, so he has to flash over it. Did not land that, that sucks. Oh, that's just out of range, man. Yeah, it's very, very close. If I landed that E, if that landed, he would have died. But because it was just slightly out of range, it didn't reach him. My approach velocity didn't proc off it. This probably is warded, I would imagine. Sucks. Was very close, but couldn't reach, sadly. Maybe should have placed my ult slightly more aggressively than that, but he obviously still had the flash to, like, escape that ult. If he didn't have flash, my ult 100% would have killed, so it's just like one of those it's fair to the flash type situations, you know. Okay, Skarner's going for Caitlyn. I'm just going to finish a dragon. We're going to overheat here as well to be able to do it quicker. We wait for the skill cooldowns anyway. And we're going to burn this down as fast as we can. There we go. Skarner is doing some bot-sided shenanigans. Obviously, I decided to go for that bot lane gank here instead of my Krugs. I should have overheated with Q there instead of W, because that would have done more damage. But I got the Bi Leandries now out of base. We're looking at the 1-minute respawn of the Void Grubs, which is what we're going for. We don't want to spend our futures market money, so we're going to definitely wait up before we walk out to have positive gold again. If it's that close, it's not worth it. Okay. Topside camps into Void Grubs is basically the plan now. Start prepping up a bit of heat. There we go. Good extra damage on the Q. As you can see, we're already starting to burn this camp massively, which is beautiful. Perfect. We're gonna clear our entire topside before, like, Void Grubs. You should be definitely doable. Like, topside into top scuttle Void Grub situation could be very good here. I should keep my heat high and not overheat here, actually. I'll use a smite on this for now, just to not have to heat it. Because I'd rather have some heat prepped here in case I get, like, engaged on by someone. That's a little bit annoying. We're just gonna drag them together then. This is a little bit worrying. I don't want to overheat just yet. I want to be very careful with it at the moment. There's the Skarner. I think that's an overheat situation. He smites one. That's fine. I have to smite this one. Gonna... Oh, no, he dragged me out of it, you rat. I should be able to get the Void Grub, though, behind him. That's good. Alright. That works. He couldn't really fight me there. Pantheon also was just hard engaging Fiora, so he wasn't gonna look to fight me either. Can I beat this guy in a 1v1? I actually don't think so. I shouldn't be doing this. Malzahar shows up, it might be doable, but without Malzahar, I'm gonna have to just be careful. He walks that way, okay. Gonna try to keep my heat without overheating for now. Shield! There we go, overheat into the shield. Whew. Flash behind so he can miss his Q in that situation. Yeah, that was a very scary one. He obviously went for the good target, which is me. And that was a bit sketch. Just a bit, you know. Oof. Okay. I don't really have to wait for HP, it's fine. And waiting for HP is not necessarily a thing you should be doing, because you can heal. If your intention is to go clear some camps, you can easily heal off those camps. Malzahar has 5 kills, but Fiora has 0 and 5. My bot lane is not doing great either. The next ult, I'm probably just going to try to send that bot lane to see if I can get that double kill going there. Maybe get some pressure going on bot side, because that is probably necessary. Skarner did end up getting one of the Void Grubs, but that is fine. That's not too big of a deal. I got 5, which is good enough. Kind of Sudoku'd himself for it, you know. Not too big of a deal. Okay, my ult's gonna be up in 6 seconds. I have level 9 here as well, so I should be able to look for a bot lane play. The way we're gonna do this is we're just gonna loop in from behind by swooping this bush. Keep our heat high. I say high, like in the danger zone, of course. And then we just loop in from the backside of bot lane. Throw the ult down. Sadly, my support's AFK, but I guess that's fine. We could just get the Lux out of here quickly. Okay, Thresh gets the shot down. That's a tad bit unfortunate. I cannot go for that scuttle, because that would just be way too disrespectful towards the Skarner, so it's gonna back, because I'm too low. In that situation, if Thresh would have simply walked forward faster, by like actually looking at his minimap, which he didn't do, you know, that would have been cleaner. You know, we still ended up getting the double kill, but, you know, not an easy double kill. Could have been an easy double kill. Gonna go for the, I guess, red buff here. That Misfortune is locked onto that turret. Okay. Really wanted that thing, I see. Alright, finish this off. The dragon spawning in 30 seconds. My ult's gonna be up relatively soon here as well. I think... I mean, I went for the hunting, guys, because Skarner is just a champ that is, like, inherently very, very tanky. I'm just gonna go for the Riftmaker setup here. I could have gone in this game for the Shadow Flame setup, which would have been fine, but I think the Riftmaker setup is just kind of nice here. So just go for it. Gives me a bit of extra sustain with Omnivamp as well, which can be nice too. But yeah. I actually don't know if I can necessarily do this dragon. There is definitely a problem going on right now. Ult's up in 4. So as long as we just finish dragon here, with my ult coming off cooldown, I can easily make something happen. Make sure to not overheat though. Thank you. Hold my smite until obviously necessary. My entire jungle is up now, so I can just basically clear everything towards topside here. And then we can just look for the Rift Herald potentially. But my camps will take a priority. That's kind of annoying actually. Is that Pantheon? I saw the plant hit here, which gives away the position of someone. I think it might be Pantheon, but if that's Skarner, I would have maybe lost my topside here. That could be relatively annoying. Okay, finish this off, get my smite upgrade. There's the Rift Herald, that's fine. What is this? Excuse me, bruv. Just take your mid wave, my guy. Like, excuse me.
Ally has been slain.
All he has to do is throw an E on the mid wave, but I don't see the problem. He can even kill the misfortune. He just, like, ults the guy. Okay, get this down. They did do the Rift Herald, but it really doesn't matter. Oh, they're gonna go for some spicy stuff here. I think it's warded. Yeah, there it is. It should be good damage. I don't think he gets to fight me at all here. I surprised him with the ult engage, basically. I didn't do that correctly. I should have enraged myself or danger zone myself, overheated myself with my Q there, which would have been better. Pantheon obviously flashed out. I surprised him with a tremendous amount of damage to his nose right there, so he needed to respect that. Yep. That is very, very greedy from you, Pantheon. I obviously cannot disrespect Pantheon. Like, if it was any other champion that wasn't Pantheon, he would have just died outright. Because of the fact that, like, Pantheon can shield himself and make him invulnerable to, like, damage taken from a certain direction. He was able to block himself from dying there. Which was very, very, like, good for him because it saved his ass. But unfortunate for me, really. You know? I'm doing this because I want a little bit more gold going into this Riftmaker right now. If I had, like, regardless of the situation pretty much, if I had, like, an AD mid, like, let's say this was, like, a Talon mid lane or something, I would have 100% committed to Shadow Flame. But in this case, Skarner's going to build very, very tanky. They're relatively annoying to kill, so the additional sustain is just very nice. And I'd rather go Riftmaker here. It's basically between the two. Okay, this guy's going to get bot turret. Most likely is going to die to Malzar's rotation, though. He is doing quite well at 6-1. His fortune only has 2 deaths, so it means he just kind of picked up kills from other places. He does not... Oh, I was about to say, he had to flash ult for that? Really? That's kind of sad. I feel like that flash ult's kind of like a bit of a waste, you know? It's just this... Ooh. He did not have those Rift Herald controls on lock, it seems. Can you give me a... Can you, like... Okay, I don't... Oh, I missed that one. I need to at least hit one of them so I get the magic resist threat out of it, and we're fine. That was a nice glitch Rift Herald, I think. Beautiful. Keeping it nice and consistent here. Making sure to clean our camps once again. Alright. The most important thing you can basically do is always try to keep clearing your camps consistently. This game is honestly relatively close. 17 against 13. I mean, most of our like lead is in me and Malzahar. Pantheon has a pretty substantial lead as well. We'll see. I should be fine though. Rumble is an insane teamfight champion, so as long as I land a good ult, it should be good. Try running around the map with like, you know, danger zone levels of heat. I'm actually going to do the red buff quickly. I know this is going to be an engage and there's something going on here, but the red buff is basically just free right now. So just going to quickly pick it up and then move top. I didn't think this was going to end this badly. Gonna hit him with that. Overheat at the same time and then just like the approach velocity gets me in range pretty quickly. So yeah. Get a nice, like your ult's a colossal range because you have the max range of it and then it gets extended by obviously the like, you know, skill shot in the direction, so you can completely like make that an insane range, which was able to land me to reach on the Pantheon. Procs the approach velocity off of the deal, and then, you know, I can get in range quicker, finish him off with Q, etc. Finish this turret, splits a nice 700 gold between the two of us, which is not bad. And then we're just going to try to take this camp from Skarner. The problem here is actually that dragon. I do want that, so I should recall here instead of anything else. Gonna make a quick ping on it so they check it if possible. We're gonna go, because we went for this, we're just gonna go full on burn and go Crypt Bloom as well. Because we want to just have Magic Pen. If you're gonna go for this burn build, just like percentage Magic Pen is what we're sending. If they don't stack magic, this guy already built a magic resist item here. I'm assuming they're gonna build some magic resist. They kind of have to. Ooh, big kill for Smoldered actually. That's a 1,000 gold shutdown off of our mid laner. On a champion like that, like Smolder, that skills so well, that is a pretty scary shutdown for the game. I think I'm just gonna do the dragon. shield here. Shield is starting to add up quite a bit. I can overheat here, actually. That's fine. As long as Thresh plays this relatively smart, this should be fine. I'm not hitting Dragon here because I don't want to allow him to have a smite battle and potentially win. Okay, I did have a smite advantage, which I, to be fair, didn't check. She tried to last hit my scuttle. Lovely. Hit that guy, so it's going to walk past quickly. Hit the E for the approach velocity proc, and then he's already dead. Perfect. 69 gold as well. Let's go. 69 deluxe real quick, you know. Alright, as soon as you kill the enemy jungler, you want to try to look for his camps as much as you can. So any camp I can currently take off this Skarner is something I definitely want to be doing. So the Gromp and Blue here are just good things to take. It do seem that I can just go bot lane here, to be fair. Try to keep our heat like a relatively... Okay, I might reconsider my options and leave because I don't have ultimate to win that 3v1. If I had ults and I land a good ultimate, I could win it, but there's no reason to risk that. Just keep clearing. Okay, they are going to keep going on bot lane, so we're going to run down. If I didn't see anyone show up for the wave, I probably would have just ran up. It's just a misfortune, though. Is she going to walk for the turret here? She obviously is. Yes, she is. R that. E for the magic resist threat into the Q. Finish him off. 140 gold. Perfect. First try kicking. Oop. Should have overheated there with the Q, not the E. Gonna take a reset here because otherwise I have to walk all the way in this direction. So I just want to spend my money, get this thing, get a nice large roll with that going into the death gap. You know, and don't have to walk from one side to the other to get to the next camp. So we can just out of base do these 3 topside camps. Maybe this spawns, we can look for a Baron. That type of deal. EWQ for the danger zone. Good. I'll finish off these camps here. And we'll do Baron. Okay, my team might... Oh, they're doing Baron. Oh, God. My ult's not up for 2 seconds. That's not ideal. That's good enough. We take those. That's a very good engage. I pretty much burned the rest of them to death there already. Yeah, look. Pantheon and Smolder already died to my R. That's insane. And we can just Baron now. I just want to step away from this. Because whoever tanks Baron does 50% less damage to Baron. Ideally, I'd like that to be Malzahar's minions. Okay, and we just overheat now. I will tank Baron for the overheat. That's fine. But yeah, that R was disgusting. Like, that come up and you basically just insta-killed like Pantheon and Smolder. Just straight up. So much damage. That's why Rumble is like such a good teamfight champion. Like one good ultimate like that. Like look at this, 2100 damage over 5 seconds. And you also have the factor in the Riftmaker Liandry's combination worth of additional damage, right? So that does a lot of damage. If you land a disgusting one, they can't flash out of it on time. They're just dead. Alright, it's gonna go for his red buff now. Death cap is what we're looking for right now. I want to back, but I want to back after I can afford the death cap at the very least. You know, there's no reason to back otherwise. I might not want to overheat here. I probably need that. Okay, this is warded, which doesn't really allow me to like sneak this a little. I maybe could have snuck into that bush there. Oh, that's good enough for me. We take that engage. Yep, that's just all of them dead. Goodbye. Look at that damage, man. I do such a disgusting amount of damage. Is that gonna hit? Did it hit? I don't think it hit. Oh, it might have hit. Oh. No, he just dashed over the wall. Fair play, mate. 40 gold still. Okay, not bad. Clean up the wave real quick and we'll look to back soon. But yeah, that one ultimate there just completely obliterated them once again. That's the beauty about Rumble, right? Like, you get the snowball very, very well. Your early game is solid. And, you know, that damage there at the end is disgusting. I mean... Like, last item, I could go defensive here. I think going for, like, Zonias is just, like, solid. So I guess I'll just go Zonias. I was looking at, like, some offensive options. I could maybe still go for this for that true damage. Just purely. It could be decent. I could go like Banshees if I need that. You know, Malignance isn't that great because of the mana, and obviously Rumble doesn't really use that, so it's kind of a wasted stat in that regard. But still, like, usable for the effect, I suppose. It's just, eh. I was looking at potentially going for the Horizons focus as well, but then, again, it's not going to hold the most value. I think it's fine like this. Just nice and... Like, Zonia's is just nice and consistent. Zonia's Banshees are just nice and consistent magic resist items to pick up for that slot that you have left here at the end. So, this slot can also be a Magi's, by the way, if you want to. Generally, for me, it would be a Magi's. But that's just an option. Okay. There might be a small chance here if they walk up into a certain direction. You are just instantly dead. Oh, did you see my damage? I deleted that guy off the map. Holy moly. Okay. What is the range on this? That's pretty massive. Oh, he just casually walked in the other direction. I should have probably placed it towards that side. That's a bad ultimate, but it's only a 44-second cooldown, so it's, in that regard, not bad. Don't be afraid to use it, basically, even if you throw it with it like I just did. It's such a short cooldown that it doesn't particularly matter. I'll have it back soon enough. Ooh, ooh, that's a Lux. How much damage this? Oh, that's 700 damage. My god. It also sweats their magic resist. Jesus Christ. That's some huge damage right there. I am fed. That should be a good ult. Might even just kill him outright. Yeah, it definitely does. Especially when he gets pulled back onto it. Good, good, good. Should be able to end the game right here. Yeah, very good. Like 3,000 damage off Leander's right there. It's huge. It's mostly, like, it's not even about the burn damage or about that item damage specifically. It's more so about, like, the way these items work. Amplifying damage. Because the suffering here is the big one. That will increase your damage by quite a lot. At the approach velocity, walk faster towards your target. And then here again. Walk onto the fountain there. And there's the end of the game. Perfect. But yeah, suffering for the increased damage here, and then the Void Corruption there for all the bonus damage stacking up, which is very, very, very strong. If you guys have enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. Hope you guys have enjoyed both of these games, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the endgame stats. Alright, so for the endgame stats here, for the first game, that's obviously a very short one. Only 7.2k damage. I'm not surprised that these two outdamaged me, because they're both burn mages as well. Burn mages end up getting quite a lot of damage, usually speaking, but this game just ended too quickly for my ult to be relevant teamfight damage. So, you know, fair enough. True damage at 494. Objective damage at 26.3k. Healing done, 10.9. Damage taken at 15.5, which is by far the most. Self-mitigated, another 12.3. That just basically means I made a lot of plays happen that are good, you know. Very nice there. Gold earned 7.5k. For the runes, first strike, obviously not too much here. Only dealt like 300 damage, gave me like 300 gold because very short game. But yeah, magical footwear. With that, not have to buy boots. You get Futures Market. This way you can just rush your item and not have to think about it. Futures Market for like extra gold tempo potentially. Approach velocity is a big one for the extra like haste towards your targets. This will get you in Q range easier. And then Ultimate Hunter obviously for the ult cooldown. Eyeball Collection for the extra AP. Then, for the second game here, we dealt 37.6k damage, which is by far the most here, more than double the rest of the game, pretty much. So that's a very nice amount of damage. True damage here at 2,700, a lot of true damage. Objective damage 51.3k, healing done at 21k, damage taken at 31.6, self-mitigated damage another 31.2. So as you can see, I took a lot of damage once again, very, very good. We have gold earned at 18k. For the runes, first strike dealt 1,600 damage and gave me 1,600 additional gold. This is why first strike is so good. Like, just a more average length game here, right? Like, a solid 1,600 gold right there is a lot of extra gold tempo, which is good. And generally speaking, landing first on Rumble is easy because your ult has such a colossal range that if you lead with that, first strike should be easily procced and it can just land you a lot of gold. especially if you hit the entire enemy team with it. So there's that. Magical footwear, not after buy boots. Futures market for that. Approach velocity for the extra time hasted. This just helps you get in Q range much easier. And then again, Ultimate Hunter and the flat AP. Finish off the build here with the Gonzonias. Generally, I'd like to go one defensive item for Magic, which is either Banshees or Zonias. If it's just one, I most of the time go Zonias, even into more mage damage heavy comps. But if there are some certain teams like Blitzcrank and, you know, those important things where spell shields can be good, that'd be nice there. You can also just go Magi's. It's just a general thing for any situation as an AP jungler. And that could replace that slot as well to be a bit more aggressive with it. But yeah, that's entirely up to you. However, though, with that being said, that was it for Rumble. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to the like button below. I upload daily, so be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye.